Hey, what's up guys? This is JC here on the KTS Pokebros channel, and I'm bringing you today a video of me on the left hand side playing Bulu Vikavolt, and we have Jeff on the right hand side playing the new Darkrai-GX with the old Darkrai-EX. And this is a post-rotation match here, so we are testing some things out post-rotation. Not only that, we are just kind of testing out an interesting build here with the Darkrai-GX. So we do end up changing some things later about it. So this was a test period, just kind of like keep that in mind when watching the video. But I go ahead and have a kind of rough start here, as you can see, starting off with Lele, not the best. So I go ahead and just throw down a. Did I throw down a Grubbin? No, I don't have a Grubbin yet. I think after the N, I end up getting a Grubbin, and it's the only thing I can really throw down. Kind of a rough start here, but you know what happens. And I think I end up going for an Ultra Ball to actually grab the Grubbin. Yeah, so Ultra Ball, the Stadium, and I think it was the Charger Bug. And I think I'm kind of just debating on what do I grab. Do I grab a Bulu just to have that out? Do I grab a Grubbin just to, that's going to take a while to set up, just so I can have it already out on turn 1. I think I end up going for that. I don't really need to grab a Lele here because I already played N, so Lele, I can't Lele to bridge it on this turn, unfortunately, because I had such a bad hand that I had to play N right away. Yeah, there we go. We ended up putting down the Grubbin. Kind of best I could do right here with what I had. Alright, so I go ahead and pass turn, and he, I think he just top decked that. He just does on the evo to the bench, and he goes for an Ultra Ball, gets rid of the, I don't know what that was, I think it was a Darkness Energy, and possibly another Yveltal. He goes for the Lele Wonder Tag, gets a Sycamore, just to be able to refresh his hand. And I do believe he does have that new Darkrai in his hand. So that might be what he's going for. He knows he's going to Sycamore, so he just throws the Choice Band down, throws the Energy down. And then he goes to Sycamore. And you don't see it there, but he does, I do believe he does dump the new Darkrai-GX there, because he's able to just get it back with his ability, Restoration. He goes for an Ultra Ball. Oh, okay, actually that Ultra Ball is what dumped the Darkrai on the Energy. And he goes to a Lele with it. Pretty interesting, maybe just for next turn, because he already has Sycamore, he can't get another supporter. But I think he was just doing it for the sake of getting that Darkrai in the discard pile. He goes ahead and does Restoration. Really cool ability, just allowing it to go right from the discard pile onto the bench with an energy attached to it, which is really nice, especially in this kind of deck, where Dark Pulse for the Darkrai-EX utilizes that by, doing more damage the more dark energies are on your side of the board. So as you can see, he has a really nice start of just getting that Darkrai GX out there already, and next turn he should be able to attack once he attaches to the active. So then I go ahead and grab an N, it seems, with a Lele. Alright, go ahead and play N. Just get a new hand here. And as you can see, we end up actually ending back and forth a couple times here during this match early on. And I think this is mostly because this is post-rotation. We are losing things like Versus Seeker. So Sycamoring is a little scarier because, you do lose those supporters once they are gone. So sometimes you gotta just opt to do N instead. Well, it looks like I get a pretty good hand here where I just am able to throw down my Bulus, not having to search for them with any kind of Ultra Ball or Heavy Ball. And I guess I just passed turn. So go ahead and attach a Darkness Energy to the active Darkrai. And then goes down, I think, this Choice Band right there onto the other Darkrai-GX. And he plays the N, like I said. Actually, something that we kind of figured while playing this kind of playtest match here is, you know, we were running Choice Band in this deck because we kind of felt, oh, okay, you know, we want to do as much damage as we possibly can with Darkrai. But something we ended up considering later was maybe a better choice is the Fighting Fury Belt, because Fighting Fury Belt will keep you alive. And I think it becomes more important, especially in this current meta where it's pretty easy to hit that 180, and all the Darkrai's are 180 HP. So I think it's a little better, especially like you'll see on my side of the board where I do play Fighting Fury Belt, and it comes in handy just to be able to stay alive in this match. So it's something to kind of consider if you are going to make a Darkrai deck, that Fighting Fury Belt might be the way to go. Looks like he's able to throw down the stadium, and now we're just calculating how much damage he's going to hit me for, and I think it's 110? Yeah, there we go. 110 onto the Lele. And this is a pretty cool little play here, where I get to use the new supporter, Acerola. And it comes in handy. It's such a good card, especially for this kind of deck where you're just running basics, you're able to just pick things up and install them back down. Really sweet, just kind of shows the power of Acerola. I threw down a Fighting Fury Belt onto the Bulu, and I wasn't able to get that Vikavolt, unfortunately, so I just have a Charger Bug to put down in play. So I'm not able to do the Strong Charge to charge up the Bulu quite yet, go for the knockout. So what I did is I went ahead and attached an energy onto the Lele so that I was able to retreat next turn in case I did have it all set up next turn. And I'd rather Lele take a hit right now than my Bulu, because he's going to be my attacker. And then I go ahead and just pass the turn here. Looks like he put a Choice Band down, and he has an N in hand. Yeah, and he goes ahead and plays it. And I think this N ends up actually helping me probably more than he wanted to. I believe I do draw into that Vikavolt, and that kind of gets my ball rolling over here. So things are kind of going a little more in my favor now once I get this new hand. Because I kind of had a rough start, I wasn't able to get those grubbers out right away with Brigid, anything like that. But you know, it goes to show that, you know, this deck doesn't fall apart without those things. You know, you don't always need Brigid turn one to get going. And there's a Max Elixir. Okay, so I'm actually go ahead and retreat. Just gonna take the Darkrai out and bring out the Vettel. I'm assuming this is probably just to get some energies on the board. Me doesn't feel like it's much choice in going into attack right now. So he's just gonna bring in the Vettel and do 60 damage because he has Choice Band on it. And that's gonna help him get some energies because Oblivion Wing lets you attach a Darkest Energy from your discard pile onto one of your Pokemon. So I go ahead and attach for turn onto my Bulu. And I had the Vikavolt, fortunately for that N, helped me out there. And before I do the Strong Charge, I'm just kind of seeing what I should Field Blower off. I go ahead and dump the Choice Band in the stadium. Go for the Strong Charge. And I think I actually do have a Lele in hand right now, so I'm probably going to go for a Lele here. And that's a great thing about running 3 Leles now. You know, you don't have a Verse Seeker, so you can't go and just grab your supporters out of the discard pile. So I feel like 3 Leles is going to be the future, maybe even 4. Because it just comes so in handy to just be able to throw down Lele and grab whatever supporter you need, especially with that Seeker being gone. So I'm gonna grab Guzma, of course, just to be able to take out this this hurt Lele in the active and bring out my Bulu, and then bring in one of his Darkrai's that I can one-shot now that I have my Bulu all set up. I go ahead and Guzma the one with a Choice Band on it, might as well. And then, of course, discard with a knockout. He goes ahead and promotes the Yveltal out. And this is kind of one of the things we've kind of realized, you know, Bulu has a pretty easy time one-shotting once he gets set up on these Darkrai, so that's why we felt fighting for Yveltal for Darkrai would be a little better. So he kind of kept promoting out this Yveltal instead, just kind of avoiding that one-hit KO, and just trying to get as much energy as he could on the board. I go ahead and attach return here. Go ahead and Ultra Ball. The Bridget and the Heavy Ball, you know, don't need those anymore. Bridget, it's a little too late for that, and Heavy Ball, nothing really to get here. I already have my Vikavolt out on my Blues out. And I grab that third Lele. So that's how I was talking about. Lele, just so amazing. Being able to grab those supporters whenever you want. And of course, I grab another Guzma. Not only showing the power of Lele, but just showing the power of Guzma as well, just to take knockouts. So every time you try to catch those attackers on the bench, trying to hide them behind Yveltal, I was able to just bring out that Guzma and get the knockouts. And unfortunately, earlier, like I said, I attached that energy onto Lele, that one energy, just so when I do need a Guzma, I can just discard it to retreat back. So that's likely my plan here, is just to strong charge onto that Bulu. Attach a Choice Band because I can do that Tapu Bulu-GX attack here and heal off all that damage that I had just taken. And with Choice Band, it gives me just enough damage to just one-shot it because he's not running that Fighting Fury Belt. And there we go, just a GX move. Clean off that damage, and what's nice is I get to keep all those energies now because of that hit, one-shot, and I didn't have to discard energies. At this point, I've already discarded before, so I don't want to run out of my resources here. I want to hold on to those energies for a turn, so I don't have to strong charge and find out that I'm missing the energies or anything like that. He goes ahead and hits me 460, and I go ahead and just go ahead and draw for turn here. This is a cool little play that I think is going to happen up in a second here. I'm just kind of I feel like at this point I pretty much have the game. So what I'm trying to go for here is, okay, how am I going to knock out this Yveltal? I don't really have a way to bring in Guzma again. I don't have her Seeker or anything like that. So I'm kind of just like, okay, I need to knock out this Yveltal in one hit, but I can't because I have a Choice Band here, right? But Choice Band only works on GXs and EXs. So I'm only doing 120 when it's your Judgment. So I have to discard if I want it to knock out, and I want to avoid that. And so I'm just strong charging here onto the second Bulu just in case I do the first one ends up getting knocked out. I have another one back as a backup here. I go ahead and Sycamore, and kind of lucky here, I guess you could say, where Sycamore just gives me the cards I needed. I needed Fighting Fury Belt, and I needed that Field Blower. And this is what I end up, I think, bumping the Stadium or something. And because there's nothing really else to bump at this point. I mean, I guess I could have bumped the Experience Share, but I ended up Field Blowing away that Choice Band just so I can have that Fighting Fury Belt and do the extra 10 damage to that non-EX, because Yveltal is 130 HP, so that's just enough to get that knockout without having to discard. Now, at this point, I'm pretty much in a really great state here. I have a backup Bulu, so even if you were to knock out this Tapu Bulu in the active, I would be okay. And I think we actually mistakenly counted it as a knockout here, and then I think we ended up realizing that it doesn't knock out. It just shows how amazing we are at math here. We sat there for a second just trying to do the math, and as you can obviously tell, this video sped up just for the sake of it not being too long. But we spent a couple of minutes there just like doing the math, and I guess for some reason we just didn't realize like that doesn't knock them out, and then we were like, oh wait a minute, so I ended up taking it back from the discard pile, just taking that back and now reattaching everything there. And at this point, that's pretty much game. I can just discard for knockout. But yeah, that's the game, and yeah, I guess hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a like. If something about it you didn't like, if there's any kind of feedback, please be sure to do that as well. I'm completely open to feedback. If you guys like any of this kind of content, please subscribe. We do have some openings on the channel. We opened up some Burning Shadows cases and some boxes and whatnot, and we'll have plenty of stuff to open up in the future as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.